Welcome back, my fellow anime warriors, to the thrilling realm of epic shonen. We're here. If you're as amped up as we are, don't forget to give that like button a hearty thump and make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. The world of anime powerhouses awaits, and we're diving deep into the fiercest of them all. So, gear up, because we're about to unveil the ultimate list of the mightiest One Piece characters out there. With the release of Gear 5 Luffy and the latest in anime and manga, we've meticulously ranked these titans based on pure logic and undeniable strength. Alright, hold on, pause right there. Before we start, I need to issue a spoiler alert, okay? Because we're going to be discussing current anime and manga. So if you're not all caught up, well, you're about to be. Let's do it. Starting off the countdown, we have the heavyweight admiral with one of the most insane devil fruits that allows him to control gravity. The feat he demonstrated in Dressrosa by lifting chunks of debris all over town earns Fujitora a spot on this list. In terms of durability and endurance, Marco's zone transformation is unparalleled. Throughout the Battle of Marineford, he was contending with each admiral, taking heavy attacks and delivering deadly strikes of his own. Even in Wano, he was able to hold off Big Mom and deal with King and Queen all on his own. Marco is a pirate that you can rely on in a pinch. Even though we saw Marco slam Kizaru to the ground in a 1v1 fight, I doubt he can keep up with Kizaru's speed. His lightning-fast attacks and reflexes are a problem even for the likes of Whitebeard and Zephyr. Now, we've yet to see Kizaru fight seriously, but I think for the time being, it's safe to say that he's stronger than Marco, Fujitora, Enel, Don Flamingo, Green Bull, Crocodile, Boa, and Sabo. Leave a comment if you disagree. Up next, now as powerful as Kizaru is, he wasn't the one who fought Akainu for the position of Fleet Admiral. This goes to show the levels between these two, and in addition, we've seen how Aokiji has been practicing with Garp and strengthening his body in Haki. In terms of battle IQ, power output, and endurance, Aokiji has him beat. In his prime, Rayleigh was able to stop Marco with a single finger and guide Gold Rogers safely towards Laugh Tale. Now, don't let the Sabaody fight between him and Kizaru fool you though, because firstly, he wasn't intending to defeat Kizaru, but he just wanted to stop him in his tracks. And second, he'd retired from combat and went in without even warming up. Rayleigh is a master of several forms of Haki, and he demonstrated this when teaching Luffy the fundamentals. Hold on to your straw hats, because here's where things start to heat up even more. Get ready for a seismic shift that's bound to leave you in awe. The powerhouses are just getting started, and you won't want to miss what's coming next. Speaking of Haki masters, this list wouldn't be complete without the addition of Odin, someone who pushed Whitebeard to the brink and survived a head-on attack from Gold Rogers. He's forever cemented his name by permanently scarring Kaido and surviving a boiling pot for an hour while carrying his samurai retainers. His attacks are also breathtaking to behold. The reason that we placed Odin above Rayleigh, Kizaru, and Aokiji is due to his power output and his resilience. Sengoku has one of the best zone transformations in the entire show. His Buddha statue not only increases his size and strength, but also grants him the ability to release massive destructive shockwaves that reverberate throughout the entire battlefield. When Garp needed someone he could rely on to take down Shiki the Lion, Sengoku was his go-to pick. That and the fact that Sengoku was a fleet admiral. When it comes to making a scene, no other character does it like Big Mom. She has the size of Sengoku's Buddha, the electricity of Enel, the fire of Ace, the durability of Marineford Whitebeard, and the slashing power of Odin. Big Mom is what you consider a jack of all trades. She's someone who's comfortable fighting on air, land, or water, and she packs some mean punch and can take devastating attacks as well. Up next is Blackbeard, and given the circumstances, it is quite a shame to place Blackbeard so far down the list. However, we've yet to see him use his powers to the max. So far, we've only seen him go up against Ace, Sengoku for a while, a grieving Marco, a defenseless Boa, and a haggard Law. He's yet to meet a worthy opponent that's capable of pushing him to the edge. Now, let's also recall how he was afraid of fighting Shanks and Rayleigh. That being said, still, possessing two devil fruits is no joke. The way things are going, Oda might be setting him up to be the final villain, or at least the runner-up villain. We'll just have to wait and see. Up next is Akainu, and even though Teach is capable of destruction, Akainu is a destructive monster. From a distance, Blackbeard might be able to push him away, but eventually, Akainu will creep up on you, as he did with Whitebeard. And when he does, he's only one punch away from ending your life. His tenacity, in addition to his magma, is a scary combination to deal with. At number 10, we have Garp. Garp wasn't called the hero of the Marine for no reason. He's fought Gold Rogers on countless occasions, he's taken down rocks with some assistance, and he's turned down the position of Fleet Admiral on multiple occasions. He's the only person to have made a dent in Chinjiao's head, and the only individual that we see without a weapon. In terms of Haki mastery, Garp has it all covered. His galaxy impact alone is a testimony of what he's capable of. Even Aokiji was surprised at his speed and resolve after all these years. At number 9, we have Monkey D. Luffy. Gear 5 Luffy has managed to blow our expectations out of the water. Being able to bend the laws of nature to his liking gives him a power-up that nobody saw coming. His movement and creativity are marvelous, to say the least. However, as powerful as Gear 5 is, it has its drawbacks, given the time period that Luffy's able to use it, as well as the debilitation which ensues. That being said, his new power can overwhelm the likes of the Admirals and certain Yonkos. Since then, he's mastered his advanced Conquer Haki, Future Sight, and Ryo, and has dealt with life-threatening attacks from Kaido, who possesses an attacking output greater than anybody mentioned previously. Now, I already know that you're shocked to see your favorite stretchy pirate so far up on the list, but if you're curious to find out why, then stay with us as we reveal the final characters in our countdown. Also, if you're enjoying the video, please click the like button and click subscribe, and share the video with one of your fellow comrades in the anime universe. Let's keep going. At number 8, we have Kaido. He's a character who's still hailed as the strongest creature in One Piece. He's been going all out since the beginning of Wano, fighting several battles without so much as a break. Even after Luffy gained his Gear 5 powers, Kaido managed to go toe-to-toe with him and put him down. In a fair fight, one-on-one, using his full strength and stamina, Kaido can certainly defeat Gear 5 Luffy in my opinion, as well as Akainu, Garp, Sengoku, or Blackbeard. I'm also certain he was going easy on Big Mom when they fought, since he never used his hybrid form or transformation. At number 7, we have Shanks. This is where things get interesting. Shanks is considered to be the strongest Yonko alive, and for a reason. He was a prodigy of Gold Rogers and trained under Rayleigh. In terms of just power output, his Haki alone can cripple even the very best. Admirals like Kizaru, Fujitora, and Green Bull don't want the smoke. Neither does Kaido, who had his sights set on Marineford until Shanks stopped him. Look at what happened to Kid after a single attack. Shanks became a legend even before he retired. If people like Odin, Zoro, and Luffy were able to inflict serious damage on Kaido, just imagine what Shanks can do to him. At number 6, we have Mihawk. The long-standing debate between Shanks and Mihawk was finally put to rest with Oda's announcement. He explicitly stated that Mihawk was superior to Shanks, even though they were close rivals and most of their battles ended in a stalemate. Mihawk himself refused to fight Shanks after he lost an arm, seeing as how the competition died down in his eyes. He's a single-man army who sails the seas, terrorizing anyone he meets. Mihawk is officially the strongest swordsman in One Piece. Before we get into the top 5, let's look at some honorable mentions just to add some clarity. The first one is the Gorosei. Even though we know little of their powers, we can deduce that they possess zone transformations when they attacked Sabo. This gives them an edge over most others. The next one is Kong, the world government's commander-in-chief and their previous fleet admiral. We've yet to see him in action, but the title alone gives you a clear understanding of his power. The next one is Saint Figureland Garling, the celestial dragon judge and executioner. Once again, we can only imagine how powerful he is based on the title he's been given. And the last runner-up is Shiki the Lion. His devil fruit is one of a kind, and the fact that it took 2 top-tier Marine officers to take him down says so much. Coming in at number 5, we have Monkey D. Dragon, the leader of the Revolutionary Army and one of the most wanted men in the One Piece world. His devil fruit might be unbeknownst, but nevertheless, we can surmise that it has something to do with the weather. The fact that we've yet to see Dragon in action entails that he is an end-level boss. Quote me on that. I'm certain he's going to live up to the hype. He hasn't made the leader of the Revolutionary Army for no reason. At number 4, we have Whitebeard, also known as the strongest man in One Piece. After Roger's death, there was no one to match the excitement that he once felt. In terms of pure combat, Prime Whitebeard was a menace to society with one of the strongest devil fruits and haki in the entire verse. He's a man who was capable of destroying the whole world if he so pleases. At number 3, we have Rox D. Zebek. It's no wonder that Rox is placed so high on the list. His ambitions of conquering the world was unprecedented to say the least, so much so that it threatened both Marines and pirates alike. And even though it took a combined might of Rogers, Garp, and a lot of others to bring him down, let's also keep in mind that Rogers wasn't in his prime when this happened. One-on-one, Prime Rogers versus Rox, I have to hand it to the king of the pirates, man. At number 2, we have Gol D. Roger, the Pirate King. He's the man who achieved everything the world had to offer: wealth, fame, and power. The man who was able to stare into the divine and gaze at the beauty of the One Piece. Undefeated in battle, unrivaled in strength, and with haki alone, he conquered the Grand Line. Every person you see on this list looks up to Gol D. Roger. He stands at the epitome, but even so, he still isn't the most powerful character in One Piece, because at the number 1 spot of our list of the top 20 One Piece characters goes to Emu. This spot is reserved for the leader of the world government, the entity that controls everything behind the shadows, the Great Emu, the endgame boss. That's why I said earlier that Blackbeard was the runner-up villain. In order for Luffy to achieve his dreams, he must first go through Emu. Only then will Luffy become Kaizoku Oni. And that's a wrap for this epic ranking. Did we get it right? If you've got thoughts on placements or characters that we missed, drop a comment below and let's talk about it. And remember, our blazing top 20 fire users countdown is waiting for all of you power enthusiasts out there. Stay curious, keep fueling your love for anime, and as always, stay epic.